beginning of January 2025. I'm back from Christmas break visiting my dad. He recently had open heart surgery, so I've been a little preoccupied with that. And we're into winter grazing, and we had probably our first real snow yesterday afternoon. It wasn't a lot, pardon the wind. But we had a pretty good stockpile in the. We got pretty good stockpile through this pond paddock, and it's a 35-acre paddock. We're using the frost-free hydrants now that it's as cold as it is, and they work really well. If you're just turning animals into a paddock and it's a 15 or 10 degree morning, you're better off to have your mirror founts drained. We moved these animals in a few days ago. It was warmer, and for now they're keeping the water open. Ground's frozen today, gang. Not really hard, but it's 22, 23. Well, actually out here in the field it's probably about 20 degrees. With the wind chill, it's about 5. Stalkers are doing pretty well though. They've got that tree line over there to get to during the night when it's windy. And pretty decent stockpile on paddock. This is probably my best stockpile field left. Got a few more fields, but this one probably had best rest and recovery, all things considered. I turned them in here about 10 minutes ago. They walked around and then came back to me looking for hay. We're not going to give them any hay today. We're going to make them work. Next week we've got about 3 to 6 inches of snow forecasted. So if we get 6 inches on top of all this, we'll probably just feed them some hay. We've got the tractor plugged in, and we'll bring them some hay. We're not going to make them work too hard. These are our stalkers. We want them to continue gaining weight. Everybody's looking in pretty good shape. I've been watching their manure paths. They're staying consistent. Oh, there's a fresh one right there. Part of one. Consistency's pretty good, and I mean they've got a lot of fescue here. It's not as thick maybe as on some fields, but anyway, the rest for it, man, I forget. We top raised it with the finishers a few weeks back, but prior to that we hadn't grazed this since beginning of fall. So it's had most of fall to grow, although we had a really dry fall on the whole. And for me, this is cold, y'all. This is 20 degrees and wind chill. I've got about 3 stocking hats or 3 beanies on my head, bib overalls. The only thing I don't have is hand warmers in my boots. It's not quite cold enough for that yet. We're gonna have a week now of about lows in the teens. I don't think it's gonna go below 10 degrees. Let's see if I can go out of the wind, see if there's how much of a difference there is. A lot of the animals are just grazing along the tree line, probably just to stay out of the wind. Right now is probably the nastiest time to be grazing, at least for a Louisiana boy, but this is where you're saving your money, using that grass so you don't have to use stored forages. The cost of hay, cost of everything is terrible today, but the cost of hay, the cost of tractors and fuel is made it cost prohibitive. At least the larger the operation, the harder it would be. Cost prohibitive to really be using a lot of diesel fuel. These animals, they're kind of getting downhill of the wind. Yeah, they're just grazing the tree line. Well, gang, my hands are cold. I'm gonna wish you all blessings for the journey. Happy New Year 2025. And yeah, keep it real.